No investment advice provided. This is for entertainment and educational purposes only. Guys, how's it going? Swayze is here. Hope everyone's well. It's 23rd of June 2021 and 17 minutes after 2 and the markets are open. And there's some interesting tickers moving around. These videos seem to be quite popular, so I thought I'd make another one. Try and start making a few more. I'll put the time codes of the tickers in the video description box, so you can just fast forward to them if you want to. There's some activity that has caught my attention, so let's just jump straight to the charts. By the way, thanks for the followers. We're definitely picking up some momentum again, and we're definitely gaining more followers again and more activity on the analytics, which is great. I did have a couple of weeks off this month, so that did knock the growth a little bit. But you know, we can't work every single day. We're gonna have a rest now and again. But the charts and the videos are proving popular, and yeah, that's fantastic. It's fantastic to see. Let's jump to the charts because I want to have a look at GGP. Right, so let's just make a full chart here. Right, okay. Now, I made a video a few 3-4 weeks ago, something like that, last month about GGP. Unfortunately, it didn't go completely as expected, and I started to sell off a little bit. I think the price of gold has affected the gold producing companies, and they've taken a hit of late. But it's like anything, you can't keep a good ticker down, and we're seeing a bit of a recovery with gold, and I think that will pass on to the tickers and the companies and the mining companies that have an association with gold. So Greatland Gold PLC. Right, so if we look at the macro chart, what I wanted to just highlight, and I posted a chart about it a little bit ago on Twitter, but if you see this swing low, right, which occurred on the 24th of September 2020, that's a key level. So that swing low is a key level. And if we move along and we look at where price is at now, it's bang on support. So there's that level of, it's like, let's have a quick look at what the level is. It's like 17.5 or something like that. So that level is now acting as support. So it seems to be halting this downtrend with GGP. So are the buyers coming back in? Let's have a quick look at the 4 hour. It's premature to say, but sometimes when we look at like the 4 hour, we can see a little bit more data. You can see that yesterday we had this horrendous sell-off, and then the last candle of yesterday's trading came back in a little bit, and then we seem to be getting a little bit of support with GGP. Okay, I'm not calling a bounce back or a strong buy or anything like that at the minute. I'm just saying we appear to be getting some sort of support with GGP. Now, I had to rechart it, unfortunately, into a downtrend for the macro channel, okay, which is what I did. But the cool thing is, if the buyers do want to come back in with Greatland Gold, right, there's not that far up ahead before it's got a key level of resistance. And if the buyers do want to come back in with GGP, right, and start testing these levels, and hopefully price can break out to the up, and then we can rechart the macro trend again and see where price may be wanting to go. So I'm cautiously optimistic at the minute with GGP, and I just wanted to share my thoughts. Right, let's have a look at ARB, or is it Argo blockchain? Okay, so let's just jump to the charts with ARB. 1 second, guys. Here we go. Right. Such a high production value with Swayze's charts videos, right? Okay, here we go. So Argo Blockchain PLC. Right. Now, the macro is a downtrend. We recharted it a little bit. So every candle we see is a day of trading. We're on the daily chart. Can see the all-time high there up above at 341. See the all-time low 4.2. There's a difference, right? Crazy, isn't it, guys? Absolutely crazy. So we've got at the minute Argo was was trending down pretty much since Feb 2021, and it's been selling off, came back in. We called this bounce, I think, then sold off. Now we've got like a range in market state, or an area of consolidation, if you like. Okay, moving across. Now this trend line is the key level of resistance. This trend line that goes down. This is bearish resistance. Obviously, you can see that this price is just trying to test this level, and then just sells off. But we've also got support at the bottom of this consolidation. So, looking at this chart, it appears that price doesn't want to fully break down to the market structure below. It's critical times for ARB and for Argo blockchain. Critical times indeed. Will price want to touch this upper trend line and then break out to the up and release this potential market structure up ahead? Or is price going to carry on selling off and then crash to these lower lows? I think what we need to do is just jump over to Bitcoin, BTC USD, and let's have a look. Let's just try and find my Bitcoin chart, and let's have a look at, because obviously Bitcoin is king in cryptocurrency, and Argo blockchain is intrinsically linked to Bitcoin, of course. Right, so let's have a quick look. BTC USD. Right, I've got a chart knocking around. Here we go. Boom. Here's one I made earlier. Right, so I don't usually talk about. Interesting. Power Metal Resources is doing something. Okay, well, we'll have a look at that later on. Not in this video though. Might make a separate one. Right. Okay. BTC USD. Here we go. Right, so this drop, by the way, that's the head and shoulders reversal. So you got left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Price could not get past. Boom, big sell-off recently, as we all know, with Bitcoin. Crashed down, broke out the triangle. In fact, we don't really need this triangle. Let's get rid of this triangle. There we go. This is the levels that I'm interested in. So I drew this chart quite a while back to see whether or not... I drew this chart quite a while back, but I've had to lower the trend line. You see this, initially this trend line was up here, but I've lowered the trend line just to test out this idea, because obviously price sold off, broke through. Now, yesterday's candle with BTC, we had a nice bullish candle with a bit of a tail bar on, and then today price seems to be finding support with Bitcoin. Now, if we look at the local action, right, since like early March 2021 of this year, right, we've had a bit of a sell-off. If you look at the bigger picture, this channel is a bit of a sell-off channel, but it came down, and like a lot of with price action charting, we can see that it consolidated along and then dropped, but then offered us some support. So my hypothesis is this, right? My idea is this. Is price going to want to come back in with Bitcoin? And if it does, will it want to test this upper level? Because that's a strong level of resistance where price came down from this head and shoulders reversal. Now, if price does want to test, potentially on this macro channel, if it is correct, Bitcoin in the future could go to $80,000 a coin. Okay? It could go to, because this chart is telling me, right, that if the buyers come back in, You've got in the future, right, not too distant future, but, you know, $80,000 a coin, which is crazy, isn't it? But that's what the charts are telling me if the buyers are coming back in. Now, if the sellers want to come back in, we've got this potential for price to want to drop to these lower lows. At the bottom of that trend line is like $23,500. And then on a sliding scale. So at the minute, in my opinion, right, Bitcoin, BTC, is at a crossroads. It's a very important crossroads. Will it hold support? If it does hold the support, obviously the altcoins and other tickers and stocks associated with Bitcoin should follow suit. Argo blockchain being one of them. So you can see there's always a connection between when you look at the Bitcoin chart and then when you look at charts like Argo blockchain, which is very, very interesting. Okay, should we have a look at forward? A, B, C, D, E, F. Let's just try and find it on the charts. Right, okay, because it's at a critical stage. Fast Forward Innovations Limited. We've charted this out before. This is the idea for the macro chart. Look, this is the idea I had, right? We had this downtrend with forward. Am I pronouncing it correctly? The ticker forward. We had this downtrend with fast forward, okay? And then price broke out. And now I've calculated that this is the bullish uptrend with fast forward. Now, again, price sold off like a lot of tickers. Came into this tighter price band with consolidation. Appears to be finding support at these levels. So I've got it price alerted. I need to put one to the low as well, which I will do. What I'm excited about, okay, is the potential of this move with fast forward. If price can break out of this consolidation, the buyers come back in, look at the potential gaps that we could have with this ticker. So it could be a really exciting move. Price broke out of its downtrend and now is trending up for a reason. But you know what? The markets will do what the markets do at the end of the day. We have really no control over the volatility of the markets, right? What we do have is control over ourselves as human beings. We can try and control our emotions. We can try and learn strong fundamentals. We can try and follow quality high-class people. And we can try and learn maybe a system of technical analysis, so we can change ourselves. But we can't change this system. This is a liquidity-seeking system, like I was talking about earlier on in my earlier video that I posted earlier on today. I don't know what else. What else should we look at? Should we look at one more? I don't know. So many tickers. Let's look at KIBO. Right. I just noticed something on the charts when I was just scanning through earlier on, and a price alert went off. So KIBO's going good guns, 22.56% up on the day. A lot of buying activity with KIBO. This is the big picture. I had to readjust my KIBO chart a week or so back, but look at all this consolidation at these key levels. It's more of a market state of a range sort of thing, like sold off, but it's very rangy the way KIBO moves. But sell off. Okay, we're getting 22% at this key level. Does that mean that the buyers are back in and they want to possibly take market structure up ahead for KIBO Energy? I don't know. Possibly. 22% though is decent buying activity. Simple charts. Sometimes, guys, the most simple charts are the most effective. You see, not criticising other chartists or anything, but some of these charts just look like modern art. You'd need a degree in psychology to decipher them. I don't get them. I like Tesla's moving as we predicted. Which is interesting. One of the students did the Tesla chart, and I readjusted it slightly. But congratulate who was it who did the Tesla chart? Was he? I think it was JG in the Discord. Well done, mate. Tesla's moving as you predicted. Okay, so KIBO Energy. Should we have a look at Power Metal Resources? See what it's doing. Let's just jump in. Why not? The more, the merrier. Okay, the more, the merrier. Right. Okay. So unfortunately, price kind of broke out to the low of this idea that I had. I might need to readjust. I've been extremely bullish with Power Metal Resources. I still am bullish with POW. Okay. It's taken its time to make its moves. But look, that's what consolidation zones do, guys. These patterns that are created by the market makers are meant for you to lose the will to live and give up. Okay. Price going sideways like Power Metal Resources has been doing now pretty much since March 2021 of this year. Price has just been moving sideways, and they're meant to frustrate, they're meant to elicit an emotional response out of you, meant to make you give up. But when we employ something like the macro technical analysis chart with Power Metal Resources, this is how I see the potential of where price can go. with this mover, okay? Sold off. Do you see this sell-off that we've got, right? We have this sell-off just to like with GGP, just to depress everybody, but then next day, boom, buyers come back in. So what I'm looking at here, right, what we got like 2:30 in the afternoon. Okay, if this goes bullish engulf, that will be really interesting, but I don't know, quite a bit of buying would need to come in. But if that went bullish engulf, that would be a really interesting candle for the day. But if price can come back into this previous trend line idea, it'll show that there is possible bullish intent with POW. We've got this sideways consolidation. Look, I don't know when the market makers are going to make their moves. Will some key fundamental news come out, which will give it, impetus, which will give it movement, should I say, and try and exploit this market structure up ahead. Let's see. But at the minute, we're 1.82% up, currently at 2.24 pence. But I believe in the company. I think they've got a fabulous CEO, and they are really energetic and driven. We made some fantastic predictions recently. Kavango Resources was another big winner of ours that we made. And we also did the recent moves with COD as well. Is it Cordens Minerals? Sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong. I'm not the most expert when it comes to these companies, but I do obsess over the technical analysis and the charts. All right, so we've met a lot of winners. You know what I mean? COD, POW, Kavango. Some been cracking winners lately. Dev. I mean, loads of successful calls, which is great. Okay, so I'm waffling now. I'm going to get off, guys. I'm going to upload this video. If you find it of any use and you think it's interesting, please give us a like, retweet or a share. It really helps the algorithms. And I hope everyone else enjoys the afternoon. Thank you.